Welcome back to the Big Board. In this video, I will be taking a look at two very different groups of players who could define the 2026 World Cup. Football is changing before our eyes. The 2026 World Cup could be the final World Cup for some of the greatest players the game has ever seen. At the same time, a new generation is arriving. These players are no longer the future. They're ready to take over right now. So today we're counting down the top 10 legendary veterans and the top 10 young superstars expected to light up the 2026 World Cup. From football's old guard to its next generation, this is the battle between experience and youth. Let's begin the countdown. Kicking off our veteran rankings at number 10, we have Tim Ream of the United States. While he lacks the global trophy cabinet of others on this list, at 38 years old, Ream remains a respected and stabilizing presence for United States soccer. His calm distribution from the back and leadership are vital for a highly youthful United States squad playing on home soil. He enters this tournament with over 500 career club appearances, battle-tested across the English Premier League, Championship, and MLS. In an absolute wildcard twist, head coach Mauricio Pochettino completely shocked U.S. fans by officially naming the 38-year-old as the outright captain for this tournament. Representing the next generation at number 10 and another home turf wildcard is Mexico's Gilberto Mora. Holding the record as the youngest player of this year's tournament, Mora is Mexico's absolute secret weapon. Manager Javier Aguirre has an exciting option in Mora, whose flair and fearlessness could prove valuable in high-pressure moments. Despite being just 17, Mora, who plays as an attacking midfielder for Club Tijuana in the top division of Mexican football, broke onto the senior international stage by locking down a starting role during the knockout phase of the 2025 CONCACAF Gold Cup. He followed that up by completely destroying the Under-20 World Cup, logging 3 goals and 2 assists in just 5 appearances. Moving up to number 9. Among the veterans, we have Bosnia and Herzegovina's Edin Dzeko. Bosnia's greatest ever player willed his country through a brutal playoff cycle to get here. Even at 40, Dzeko's elite aerial ability, hold-up play, and clinical finishing inside the box make him an incredibly dangerous target man for opposing defenses to deal with. He boasts an incredible resume of over 900 club appearances, 360 goals, and 100-plus assists. He holds one of the most elite European football facts of all time. He is the only player in history to score 50 or more goals in 3 of Europe's top 5 leagues: the Bundesliga, Serie A, and the Premier League. He is also his country's all-time top goal scorer with 73 goals in 148 appearances. Facing him from the new generation at number 9 is Spain's Pau Cubarsí. The ball-playing defensive prodigy brings senior-level defensive maturity and elite composure to Spain's backline. His world-class ability to break lines with his passing from deep positions makes him a vital asset to Spain's possession-based system. Already a 2-time La Liga champion and an established member of Barcelona's first team, Cubarsí has played over 100 senior matches before turning 19. He also logged more than 2,700 league minutes during the 2025-26 season leading up to the tournament, further establishing himself as one of the brightest young defenders in world football. Germany's Manuel Neuer comes in at number 8 for the veterans. The man who helped redefine the sweeper-keeper role is preparing for one final World Cup. After briefly stepping away from international duty, his elite shot-stopping and unmatched distribution convinced Germany head coach Julian Nagelsmann to hand him the gloves once again. The 2014 World Cup winner has accumulated over 750 senior club appearances and a staggering 240-plus clean sheets for Bayern Munich and Schalke. He holds the all-time record for the most number of clean sheets in UEFA Champions League history, proving his status as the definitive modern goalkeeper. For the new generation, at number 8 we have Endrick. Still only 19 years old, Endrick already carries enormous expectations. The Real Madrid forward boasts immense physical power and lethal finishing. Brazil's attacking depth means Endrick balances duties as both a starter and a premier super sub capable of dismantling tired defenses late in matches. Endrick quickly became one of the youngest players to score a senior goal for Brazil at the legendary Wembley Stadium. Before his highly anticipated move to Real Madrid, he racked up over 20 senior club goals for Palmeiras, securing back-to-back Brazilian league titles as a teenager. Whether starting or coming off the bench, he has the ability to change games in an instant. At number 7, South Korea's Son Heung-min takes the veteran spot. Son remains the undisputed face of South Korean football and one of the most respected attackers of his generation. Even in his mid-30s, he turns 34 in July during the World Cup. His pace, intelligent movement, and clinical finishing continue to make him a constant threat. As captain and talisman, South Korea's hopes of another deep World Cup run rest heavily on his shoulders. Son enters the tournament with over 700 senior club appearances, 250-plus career goals, and more than 150 assists for club and country. He became the first Asian player in history to win the Premier League Golden Boot and stands as South Korea's second-highest goal scorer of all time. His iconic performances at both club and international level have cemented his place among the greatest Asian footballers ever. His young counterpart at number 7 is Portugal's João Neves. Neves has rapidly become one of the most complete young midfielders in world football. His relentless work rate, defensive intelligence, and ability to progress the ball under pressure make him a perfect fit for modern elite football. Already a trusted starter for both Portugal and Paris Saint-Germain, he provides balance, energy, and control in midfield while still contributing in possession. Despite being just 21 years old, Neves has already accumulated over 160 senior club appearances between Benfica and PSG. Following his move to France, he quickly established himself as a key figure in one of Europe's strongest squads, helping PSG compete for major domestic and continental honors. His maturity, consistency, and tactical awareness make him one of the safest bets to shine on football's biggest stage. At number 6 among the veterans is Virgil van Dijk. At 34 years old, the Dutch captain remains one of football's premier defenders. He remains the vocal leader and structural heartbeat of the Dutch backline, dominating attackers through sheer intelligence and positioning. With over 560 club appearances, Van Dijk famously holds the ultimate modern defensive record, going 65 consecutive games without letting a single opponent dribble past him during his Ballon d'Or-nominated peak at Liverpool. Matching up against him at number 6 for the new generation is France's Warren Zaïre-Emery. Already a seasoned leader for PSG, Zaïre-Emery provides Didier Deschamps with immense tactical flexibility. His physical strength, ball-carrying ability, and defensive work rate make him a regular feature in France's elite midfield rotation. An absolute engine room titan, 20-year-old Zaïre-Emery has already played over 110 senior club matches for Paris Saint-Germain. In the season leading up to the World Cup, he commanded 32 League One matches with a 94% passing accuracy, while also making 17 Champions League appearances in PSG's run to defending their title. We're now into the top 5. On one side, some of the most accomplished players in football history. On the other, players who could dominate the next decade. And from this point forward, every player on this list is capable of deciding a World Cup match on their own. Belgium's Kevin De Bruyne takes the veteran spot at number 5. 34-year-old De Bruyne is widely regarded as one of the best passers on the planet. As the final active centerpiece of Belgium's historic golden generation, his unmatched spatial awareness, devastating crosses, and long-range shooting make him a nightmare for defenses. Across his illustrious career, he has racked up over 620 club appearances, 150-plus goals, and a staggering 250-plus club assists. He remains the fastest player to ever hit 100 assists in the English top flight. Representing the next generation is Turkey's 21-year-old Arda Güler at number 5 in my rankings. Turkey's entire offensive blueprint roots directly through Güler. Possessing an elite left foot, magical vision, and clutch set-piece delivery, he is an undisputed starter who commands every offensive phase for his country. The Real Madrid playmaker boasts an elite goals-per-minute record, tracing back to a debut La Liga campaign where he scored every 62 minutes. Already a Champions League and La Liga winner under Carlo Ancelotti, he maintained this remarkable efficiency by delivering 20 club goal contributions during the 2025-26 season in a limited but highly efficient role. African icon Mohamed Salah comes in at number 4. Salah is an absolute trailblazer for African football. While he once relied heavily on his explosive pace, his game has evolved into a masterclass of playmaking and high IQ positioning. He carries the weight and dreams of Egypt entirely on his shoulders. The Egyptian king boasts over 640 club appearances, 300-plus goals, and 170-plus assists. He holds the legendary title of the all-time top African goalscorer in both Premier League history and UEFA Champions League history. His young counterpart at number 4 is Germany's Florian Wirtz. Wirtz enters the tournament as one of the world's premier playmakers following his high-profile move to England. His telepathic connection with Yamal Musiala, elite creativity, and incredible vision in tight spaces make Germany one of the most feared attacking units in world football. Before adapting to the Premier League with Liverpool, Wirtz built his reputation at Bayer Leverkusen, where he famously inspired their historic, undefeated domestic double. Now, at just 23 years old, the German maestro has already amassed over 200 senior club appearances, scoring more than 50 goals and providing over 55 assists. Croatia's Luka Modrić takes the bronze medal among the veterans. Luka Modrić is a 2018 Ballon d'Or winner who completely defies sports science. Running the midfield at 40 years old, his football IQ, trivela passes, and capability to dictate the entire tempo of a match against elite opposition remain fully intact. Pulling the strings with over 900 senior club appearances, Modrić hoisted a record-tying 6 UEFA Champions League trophies during his legendary career with Real Madrid. On the international stage, the Croatian maestro has earned an incredible 196 national team caps and remains officially cemented as the oldest player to ever score a goal in the history of the European Championships. And his counterpart for the younger generation is Spain's Lamine Yamal. Yamal enters his first World Cup as Spain's most dangerous, undisputed starting winger. His terrifying one-on-one dribbling ability and decision-making on the right flank make him a nightmare for any fullback in the world. The 18-year-old is coming off a stellar 16-goal, 12-assist season with Barcelona. He holds the historic crown as the youngest goalscorer in the history of both La Liga and the European Championships. Now this was a difficult one, but I have gone with Portugal's Cristiano Ronaldo for the number 2 spot. At 41 years old, Ronaldo enters his record-breaking 6th World Cup as football's all-time top goal scorer. While his mobility has evolved into a fixed central striker role, his physical conditioning, movement inside the penalty box, and clutch instinct keep him as a primary focus of Portugal's attack. Ronaldo has played over 1,060 senior club matches, scoring more than 825 club goals and providing approximately 238 assists. He stands alone as the highest-scoring international player in the history of the sport with 143 official international goals and is currently chasing his ultimate career goal of reaching 1,000 total official goals before he calls it quits. Standing opposite him at second spot for the younger generation is Germany's Yamal Musiala. Musiala is Julian Nagelsmann's primary creative catalyst. His ability to glide past defenders in the box makes him an irreplaceable superstar and a leading candidate for the tournament's MVP. At just 23 years old, Musiala has already surpassed 175 club appearances for Bayern Munich, racking up over 50 goals and 45 assists. A core figure who continues to create magic for the German Giants, he is a 4-time Bundesliga champion with multiple individual Team of the Season honors. And finally, we arrive at number 1. One player represents football's greatest generation. The other may lead the next one. The top veteran star heading into the 2026 World Cup is none other than the definitive greatest of all time, Lionel Messi. At 38 years old, Messi takes the top spot comfortably as the reigning World Cup champion. Currently playing his club football in the US, he retains an otherworldly ability to split elite defenses with a single pass or walk a ball into the top corner. He remains the most influential single player in the tournament. Messi sits on a staggering lifetime achievement of over 950 senior club appearances, scoring 794 club goals and providing 351 club assists. When combined with his legendary international career, he holds the undisputed all-time world record of 412 total assists. Alongside a record 8 Ballon d'Or trophies and 6 European Golden Shoes, he officially possesses the most direct goal contributions in the history of football. And the top young superstar at the 2026 World Cup is England's Jude Bellingham. He is a truly world-class multifunctional superstar who dictates games physically and creatively. Handed the prestigious England number 10 shirt, he is the undisputed focal point of England's tournament ambitions. Bellingham boasts a terrifying resume for a 22-year-old, clearing over 260 senior club appearances across Birmingham, Dortmund, and Real Madrid. After a debut season in Spain where he struck 23 goals and 13 assists to claim the La Liga Player of the Year, he is already a Champions League winner and Ballon d'Or podium finisher. And that brings us to the end of this video. The 2026 World Cup could be remembered as a passing of the torch. For legends like Messi, Ronaldo, and Modrić, it may well be the final chapter of extraordinary careers. For players like Bellingham, Musiala, and Yamal, it's the beginning of a new era. So, do you agree with the rankings? Which veteran star do you think will have the biggest impact? And which young superstar is most likely to steal the show? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. And if you're already looking ahead to the tournament, I've also ranked all 48 teams heading to the 2026 World Cup. That video is on screen right now, so be sure to check it out. Thanks again for watching and have a great day.